Hello students, welcome to the 46th session of Visual Programming. In today's session, we will be learning about an important concept in object-oriented programming language, that is classes and objects. So this is an important concept in any object-oriented programming language. So let us know what is a class and what an object is. At the end of this session, the students will know the definition of a class, how to declare a class and how to declare an object. So now let us see what an object-oriented programming is. Object-oriented programming is popularly called as OOPS. Okay, it is a program organization and development that attempts to eliminate some of the pitfalls of conversational programming methods, that is the procedure-oriented programming language also. Object-oriented programming as a paradigm is playing an increasingly significant role in analysis, design, and implementation of software systems. The features of object-oriented programming language are: it emphasizes on the data rather than the procedure. That means it gives importance to the data than how the things are done in a program. It focuses mainly on the data than on the way the things are done. The second important feature is the programs are divided into objects. So any program, if you take in an object-oriented programming language, it is divided into objects. And the functions that operate on data of an object are tied together in the data structure. Okay, so we can define an object as an entity which is nothing but the characteristics and the behavior. So generally we know that any object in general can be defined as has properties or the characters and the behavior. So the characters can be represented through the data members and the behavior can be represented through the functions or the methods. Okay, so the functions that operate on the data of an object are tied together in the data structure, and the data is hidden and cannot be accessed by the external functions, and these can be achieved by using the access specifiers. New data and functions can be easily added wherever and whenever is necessary. Object-oriented programming is a technique in which the programmer views concepts as variety of objects. By using objects, you can represent the tasks to be performed, their interactions, and any given condition that must be observed. Normally, a data structure forms the basis of an object in C and C++. So the struct data type forms an elementary object. So struct is nothing but it's a concept used to create a user-defined data type in C. Okay, so communication through the objects is also done through the messages. Using messages is similar to calling a function in a procedure-oriented program. When an object receives, methods within the object respond to it. Methods, which are also known as member functions, act similar to the functions in procedure-oriented programming language. That the functions concept what you learned in C, the member functions are nothing but the member of a class. So now let's see how to represent an object. So here you have an object called as student. So under that you have as I told you, object is nothing but the characteristics and the behavior. The characteristics are represented through the data, that is the name, date of birth and marks of a particular student, and the behavior is represented through the concept of functions. So here you have the functions called as total, average and display, okay, which represent the behavior of an object through the member functions. So now let's see what a class is. A class is a collection of similar type of objects. Okay, so you can say that class is a concept given by any object-oriented programming language to declare a user-defined data type. So just like the struct concept in C, we have a class concept in object-oriented programming language through which you can declare a user-defined data type. An object is an instance of a class. So an object you can also say an object as a class variable. Once a class is created, any number of objects belonging to that can be created. So in Visual C++ compiler, it provides a 32-bit foundation class library containing a new set of object-oriented programming tools. So let's see what classes are. MFC, that is mainly called as Microsoft Foundation Classes Library, it encapsulates all the procedure Windows functions and provides support for control bars, property pages, OLE, ActiveX controls. Database support is provided for a wide range of database sources including DAO and ODBC, that is the database connectivity. The MFC library uses with easy to use objects. Classes can be noted as it is a template that unites data and functions or the operations. A class is an abstraction of real world entities with similar properties. A class identifies a set of similar objects. The class is an implementation of abstract data type. So let's see what are the advantages of the MFC Microsoft Foundation classes. You can eliminate functions and variable name collision, encapsulation of code and data within the class, inheritance concepts, reduction of code size due to well-designed class libraries. Thank you.